We are gathered here today to sip some tea, honey, so make sure you guys have your teacups ready because this tea is what? Piping hot. Hey, you guys, it's your girl T, and I hope everybody's doing good today. Make sure you guys have your teacups ready.
Get ready. Y'all get ready.
Yes, you get ready.
Because this tea is what? Piping hot. Hey, you guys, it's your girl T. So I want to come on here and talk about the whole R. Kelly situation, honey. So once again, the bad news is the pissy Pied Piper R. Kelly is trending. But the good news is I get to use this meme once again. Go ahead and check this out. All right, so you guys just saw that pissy Pied Piper meme, and we were talking about this the other day when I was doing my live, how we missed that meme and how we haven't had an R. Kelly story in a while. We must have spoke that shit into existence because right now, R. Kelly is currently trending all over social media, and he's trending because one of his ex-girlfriends is blasting him for basically training a 14-year-old girl to be a pet, okay? So if you guys remember, there was a grown-ass woman that he was dating. Her name is Kitty Jones. She was a DJ down in Houston, Texas, and basically she left her job, she left her DJing career, she left everything to be a part of R. Kelly's harem, okay?
Les Trent spoke exclusively with one of the women who says living with Kelly was like being in a cult.
I believe I can fly.
R. Kelly is facing claims of holding at least 6 women against their will at his homes in Atlanta and Chicago, something he vehemently denies. Now in this exclusive interview, Kitty Jones says she was one of the women under R. Kelly's spell.
You think he's a master manipulator?
He could probably make you feel like you're wearing red today, Les, instead of blue.
At 33, Kitty says she found herself in R. Kelly's web after she met him at a party in Dallas where she was a popular radio DJ. She was a big fan and was thrilled when he slipped her his number.
I texted him and I said, "This is Kitty, you just gave me your number." And then he said, "Always refer to me as Daddy."
Wait a minute, that was the first text he sent back to you? Referred to me as Daddy?
Yes.
Soon, Kitty was joining R. Kelly on his tour. Here she is with him on stage in a cage. Here, he serenades her. Kitty started flying back and forth from her home in Dallas to Chicago to spend weekends with Kelly. That's when she says he began to exert control over everything she did, including telling her what to wear.
When you come to see me, don't wear clothes like that.
Meaning nothing remotely sexy that might attract other men. And he told her something else.
I needed to stand up every time he walks in the room.
No alarm bells went off in your head?
Yes, they did.
Even with what she already knew, Kitty quit her job and moved into a compound owned by R. Kelly in Chicago. There were other women living there as well, but she says they were forbidden to communicate with each other. They lived in separate suites. According to Kitty, it was virtually a prison.
You had to ask to go to the bathroom, ask if you can order food.
When a woman loves.
She says R. Kelly would get physical if she did something he didn't like.
The way that he would do me would maybe just slapping around. I got tossed around on the ground, kicked, starved.
Kitty says she was never held against her will, but after 9 months, she says she got up the nerve to leave.
In your words, what is going on in that circle?
A part of me is still scared to call it a cult, but that's definitely what it is.
A cult.
Yeah.
We talked about this a few months ago, and I had to kind of roast her because, again, she got with R. Kelly between the years of 2013 and 2015, and people have been knowing that R. Kelly was a pervert since the damn 90s. So I don't feel bad for this grown-ass woman. So now I guess she's trying to get herself back in the media spotlight, and she's trying to spill some more tea on what R. Kelly was doing in his home. So basically what's going on is that the BBC is doing a new video documentary about R. Kelly. It's called R. Kelly, Sex, Girls, and Videotapes. So Kitty Jones is one of the women who's being interviewed, and this is what she had to say about what she witnessed while staying with R. Kelly. The 34-year-old Jones told the interviewers that she was groomed by the R&B singer to perform sex acts and accept his controlling, manipulative behavior. Jones claimed that R. Kelly forced her to have sex with him and others at least 10 times in what she described as a sex dungeon. She also went on to say, "I was introduced to one of the girls and he told me he trained her since she was 14. Those were his words. I saw that she was dressed like me and that she was saying things I'd say, and her mannerisms were like mine. That's when it clicked in my head that he had been grooming me to become one of his pets. He calls them his pets." Jones said Kelly made the unnamed woman crawl on the floor towards me and perform oral sex on me. He said, "This is my fucking pet. I trained her. She's going to teach you how to be with me." It's unclear how old the woman was at the time of the incident. All right, so you guys just heard me read what Kitty Jones had to say in that interview. And a lot of things disturbing with this whole situation. First and foremost, everybody and their mama knows that R. Kelly's a pervert. This has been out here since the 90s. How this man is still walking around free as a bird is beyond me. But the thing that disturbs me is that all of a sudden Kitty Jones wants to come and talk about this shit like she's some type of hero to appease R. Kelly and to keep her position in that damn haram, okay? This woman is just as disgusting as R. Kelly because she knew damn well from what R. Kelly told her that he had been grooming that girl since she was 14 years old. And she proceeded to go along with everything. She saw nothing wrong with this. She didn't call the police. Who knows how old that child was after R. Kelly told her this? Was the child 15 at the time? Was the child 21? Who knows, because she doesn't say. So to me, she's no hero in this situation. She's just as ratchet and trifling as R. Kelly. She's another chick trying to be down with the haram, get taken care of. She wanted to be a kept woman, and she was willing to look the other way as long as she was kept. But once her ass got too old, R. Kelly booted her out of the haram, and now she's running around doing documentary series and spilling all the damn tea. Another thing that bothers me with this is that this girl is 14 years old. Where the hell are her parents, okay? Why are these parents pimping out their children to R. Kelly, okay? This entire situation is disturbing. We've talked about the Pied Piper many times on this channel and what that folktale means. It's like these parents are literally handing over their children to the Pied Piper in hopes of getting a check. I mean, the whole situation is nuts. That's the same thing that happened with that young girl a few months ago, Joyce Lynn. You know how her father claimed that R. Kelly kidnapped her and they hadn't seen her in a while, and her little sister came out with that diss tape, only for us to find out that it was her own father who introduced her to R. Kelly in hopes of R. Kelly helping his daughters, you know, with their music career. And then, you know, once he got in good, the daughter ran off with R. Kelly. And at that time, she was 19. She, you know, she's grown. There's really nothing you can do. You know, so this story is just really disturbing. But again, am I surprised by anything that is involving the pissy Pied Piper? No, I'm not. R. Kelly's a nasty ass freak. It's been well documented. Okay, everybody knows this. But yet and still, you still have women in 2018 who will drop everything to go move in with R. Kelly and be one of his girls. And that's what Kitty Jones did. So to me, in this situation, to me, she's just as disgusting as R. Kelly because she knew there was an underage child there that this man was manipulating, but she saw nothing wrong with it at the time because she was supposedly being manipulated herself. Now, I'm not buying that shit. Like I said, I would not be surprised at all if when everything comes out in the wash, all these nasty perverts are in there sleeping with underage children and manipulating young girls and bringing young girls to R. Kelly and all types of mess. So anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire crazy situation, once again concerning the pissy Pied Piper, R. Kelly. Hey you guys, it's your girl T. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share my videos. You can also visit Lovelyti.com to purchase any merchandise. Also, don't forget to click the boxes down below to watch any of my previous videos. Talk to y'all later. Deuces.